The news summary, good evening. Cancer Concern Association is encouraging everyone to take part in its challenge. This challenge calls for all staff in all workplaces to wear pink tomorrow, take photos, and then post them on the association's Facebook or Instagram account. This is to raise awareness on breast cancer and to show solidarity for those affected. The photo which gets most likes will be awarded a prize. Seychellois musical talents will be able to compete on the entertainment show The Voice Africa. This follows a partnership between Airtel Africa and The Voice, which is one of the most popular entertainment shows in the world. 7 participants from 14 African countries will be selected to participate in the program, with one of them eventually crowned The Voice Africa. Virtual auditions to participate in the show starts today and will be followed by live auditions later this year. The show will be broadcast next year and aims to showcase African talent on the global stage.
The program will be launched in 2 phases. The first phase will be at country level, where we will have all Seychellois that have a talent in music that will sing and register on a dedicated link. After this stage, 7 talents will be selected and they will go to the next phase that will be in Nigeria from December. The second phase in Nigeria, we will have 7 talent that will be selected in each of the 14 countries, and they will go to the live audition, the battles, and the blinds audition. At the end of the program, we will have one Pan-African winner that will win $100,000 and also a contract with one of the biggest music production in the world. The call for registration will start this Friday in Seychelles, and it will go until November 10th. So Seychellois will have 3 weeks to prepare 1-minute video and download this video on the link www.thevoice.africa. To participate to the Voice program, there is only one criteria: have a talent in music and also have 18+ years old. A dedicated team from Femme Studio Africa will come in Seychelles in December to perform the blinds audition to select the 7 people that will be qualified for the next level. The 7 people that will be selected in each of the 14 countries will have the chance to go to Nigeria to compete, but they will also win each $5,000. So we encourage people to participate. At the end of the first phase, these 7 people that will be selected, they will represent all the Seychelles. It's not only about Airtel, they will go to Nigeria to represent all the Seychelles.
The National Assembly has unanimously voted in favor of a motion calling on the government through the Ministry of Health to decentralize the services of the Communicable Diseases and Control Unit CDCU. The aims are to increase the number of screening tests for HIV, increase access to patients in a more at ease and confidential environment, and reduce stigmatization. Presenting the motion as a member of the Committee on HIV/AIDS and Other Communicable Diseases, MNA Rochekaimon Audrey Vidot suggested that other services that have not been decentralized yet are offered on a regional basis to start with. Gearing up to the enforcement of the 13-month pay due this year, the Department of Employment gathered human resources officers from the parastatal and the private sector yesterday to go through the recent amendments in the Employment Act.
Several points of concern were raised, and participants also sought clarity on the new payment formula of 50% mandatory pay and the other 50% which is based on the employee's performance. As it stands, there are businesses with no proper appraisal system in place. In such cases, Enterprise Seychelles Agency, together with the Guy Morel Institute, will be offering training sessions on how to set up a guide for employees' appraisal. Some participants said they were not consulted on the changes in the legislation and that this meeting was too late. The Employment Department is holding sessions on Prale on Friday, and on Saturday it will be held on La Digue.
The Ministry of Fisheries plans to undertake a cleanup expedition every year to physically collect and remove roving fats and other debris washed up in reefs, lagoons, and other shores of the islands. Yesterday afternoon, the Coast Guard vessel Saya de Mala set sail to the Amirant Group to undertake the first fad collection and transportation operation from the 18th to the 29th of this month. The Ministry for Fisheries, Jean-François Ferrari, was on board the vessel to see off the 29 crew members, among which were 2 students from the Maritime Training Center. The expedition is being financed through a fund of 175,000 euros provided by foreign fishing companies.
We are on a mission to try and help mitigate the adverse impacts that fads can have on the ocean environment. As you know, these fads sometimes break away, get lost, drift, and end up on the beaches. And many of our southernmost islands are affected. Now, we discussed the problem with those who are most responsible, meaning the fishing companies, to see how they can now help us to set right the negative impacts that I've been talking about. So they are contributing quite a large sum of money. I think it's in the region of 175,000 euros per annum. That's about over 2 million rupees, which we use to then finance the Coast Guard to go down there and recuperate fads that are drifting and some of the fads that are already on the beaches on some of those southern islands.
The Seychelles National Institute for Culture, Heritage and the Arts will launch the first Bazaar Domain next Saturday, the 29th of October. This activity is a partnership with the Tourism Department since it will help to promote cultural tourism. During a press conference this morning, the Executive Director of the Seychelles National Heritage Resource Council, Benjamin Rose, said that Bazaar Domain will give tourists as well as locals an authentic taste of the country's culture. The bazaar will be done once a month on Saturday at the Domaine Val-de-Prés au Cap.
Put together a bazaar that will satisfy the local public as well as the international client. And in the bazaar you will see local products and authentic products as much as possible. All traditional games we used to play, like greasy pole, pillow fight, Nemo doll, wear cake. So it's more like an atmosphere of the old tombola we used to have. So this is the kind of atmosphere we want to create, and at the same time we want people to have this cultural experience so that they can take back home and develop this cultural appreciation among Seychelles as well as foreigners.
And that's it for the news summary. Bye-bye for now.